Roberta Begaye, I'm Dene from the Navajo Reservation in Arizona. 28 shle nanash eja trabaja bashichin kia ani dashiche do 28 dashanella. And that's just me introducing myself in Navajo. And I am Bitterwater, born for Zuni into Edgewater, and Towering House Clan is my grandparents, and Twitch-Eatney Bitterwater is my knowledge, my paternal grandparents. My Blue Hogan represents home, really. It represents pretty much like everything. It's like, I want to go home. This is where it is for me. It's like, it's not just home, like where I've grown up or where my parents are or where my grandparents are. It's where my relatives are. It also represents the Navajo Reservation. It's just a place where I'll always go back. So it's like, it's not just like in my heart, it's just, it's in me. It's something that I'll always go home. At some point in my life, I'll go home. I started this during the beginning of COVID. I was at work and I was going through like this big mental thing. Like I was thinking like, how is this affecting? It's not just affecting me, it's affecting like everybody in the whole world. So I'm like, and because of that, like a lot of things were shut down, and I'm thinking like is my bucket list gone? Like, am I one day gonna do my bucket list? Like what I want to do. And one of those places I wanted to visit was also La Casa Azul, Frida Kahlo's residence in Mexico. So that's where one of the places I wanted to go, and that it's like she's a very introspective painter. She like paints like with her feelings. She's not a color in the box. She's not like a you know, coloring book. So I try to channel a little bit of that, like, because it's very hard for me to like actually try to just let go. Like I try to like always go outside the box or think outside the box, take my creativity a little bit more. And so I was getting stuck, and I was like getting into this little box myself, like a little mental box with all this. So that's where I tried to just let it go. And I was thinking about Frida, thinking about La Casa Azul, and this is what came, because La Casa Azul to her is like very a prominent part of her life. That's where she was born, that's where her childhood was, and that's also where she passed. And so that's La Casa Azul represented is also to me my Blue Hogan, because that's how important home is to me also. I'll always go home someday. One, I haven't really been able to make any sales. It's been hard to like, it's like you have to find a way to be innovative. You have to find new ways to do things. You have to find another way to think outside the box than what's been tried and true already. So it's a lot of experimenting and trying to find the new mix, trying to see what works and trying to find something new and different that people haven't experienced yet. So it's very different, and reaching out to people is a lot harder. And I think it's easier for people to make that connection to your artwork when they can actually see it. So seeing it through like a picture or a Zoom meeting or something, a video chat is way different. The color perspective is off. You don't see what you would normally see, like the texture, the more intricate parts of the painting, the brush strokes and stuff. The challenges that artists have faced during COVID, I can only speak for myself, but I can see that it's harder, I think, to make that personal relation from what's painted to somebody that's interested in maybe purchasing it or just visually trying to see it. I know when I go somewhere, I want to just stand in front of it, just be immersed in front of it, kind of just let myself get taken into it. And you can see the intricacies of the painting sometimes. You can see the brush strokes, you can see the little ridges that an artist may have put there on purpose, or maybe there was a mistake, and there's never really a mistake in art. It's just what it is. It's meant to happen. And I think a lot of artists now, or for myself, I'm finding it's kind of hard for me to put that across to somebody that might be interested in my work. You can't see yourself in front of it. You have to have a picture sent to you, or if you can try to do a video chat. And for me, it wouldn't be the same. I don't see it the same. I'm my harshest critic, so I would say, I'm like, the light's not right. The natural light's not even right now. There's like a shadow that's coming across that's not displaying it correctly. It's just many factors. There's a lot of art markets that have been canceled. I know that's affected a lot of artists, and a lot of artists rely on that for their main means and stuff. Excuse me. And also, I'm one of the lucky ones. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I'm able to fall back on my firefighting career right now. So that's been a saving grace. The woman who inspired me as an artist, that would be Frida Kahlo and Georgia O'Keeffe. The other women who are very important in my life, since as the net, we're also a matriarchal society, is my grandparents, my maternal and paternal grandparents. That would be Marie John and Rose Green Mountain. And they had a huge impact on me also. Besides being the center of everything for me, they are artists in their own rights. They were traditional weavers. Everything, from the very beginning, they made everything. They sheared the sheep, and from there they cleaned the wool. The whole process of making natural dyed wool is what they did, from picking the natural plants, knowing which plants to pick to color the wool, and also knowing which plants were needed to make medicine. And part of also that is, like, after my grandmother passed on, Marie John, part of her designs that she used to use in her rug weavings is also what I kind of started incorporating into my artwork also. So there's some geometric designs in there, which kind of reminds me of what she wove on some of her rugs. So in a sense, she necessarily hasn't passed yet, but I guess you can also say that she paints as she weaves, or I weave paintings. I'm working on a couple of abstract paintings. There's a couple also I've set aside that I'm working on some abstract, like rug weavings, in my perspective. There's also another set I'm working on, like some more hummingbirds, and there's also another set I'm working on, some horses. My art is the same as firefighting. It's just me. It's one in one. And with that, I was also given, I guess, I still felt the need to try to give back to the people who were given to me to help my people, and it's very honorable that a lot of people were willing to help, and that's really awesome. It just really touches me. And so I felt like I needed to try to give back to people who were given also. So I would, the people that were given, I would also do a drawing with my artwork and give away parts of some of my original artwork also. Origins of Compassion Uprising came one day after. No, it wasn't really one day. It was like accumulation. It was like a time. It was COVID-19. It was the impact of what that was having on my people on the Navajo reservation, my Dene. And also just not just my people, it's that people that are closer to me, my mother, my cousins, my sisters, my brothers, everybody that I knew. Back home in my community, and communities are small communities, everybody knows one another, everybody is kind of sort of related to everyone here and there also, so it's a big circle. All communities are like that, and I saw the impact it was having. There's so many different social injustices. There's the poverty level that had a great impact because of that also, and I just felt this need. I felt this need. There's always this need to help my people, and that came about with Compassion Uprising. And one of the things that was also missing with what was happening in this world with social injustice, and people were lacking the compassion to reach out and just try to change things for the better. And so that's where that came up. We need an uprising, compassion, and Compassion Uprising was what it is for COVID-19 relief for the Navajo people, for my people on the Navajo Reservation. If anybody wants to help Compassion Uprising, the best way would be to follow social media on my Instagram at Bitterwater Artist. I also have a Facebook page I made separately aside from my personal artwork stuff. It is Compassion Uprising on Facebook. And if you also look up hashtag Compassion Uprising, you'll see like a few posts that I posted that to all. So, and monetary donations is usually through PayPal or Cash App.